Hello and welcome to this video module on advanced screen sharing. Now today we're going to be looking at some of the other features available within the screen share tab in Zoom. And there's a lot of great features you can use, and we'll talk about how those can be integrated into your classroom. So to check that out, let's go ahead and, well, we can see we're already in a Zoom here. And if I click share screen, you can see last time in the first video we talked about some of the basic features such as sharing computer sound, optimizing screen sharing for video clips, as well as being able to view your open and active windows as they are. If you click on this advanced tab, you're going to see that you should have these three options. If not, you might need to update your Zoom, and if for any reason you're trying to update Zoom but it is not updating, just feel free to delete Zoom and then re-download it so you have the most recent version. So first thing I like to show is the content from second camera. When you're showing content from a second camera, if you were to have, say, a document camera set up, you can toggle between all of those. In this case, I believe it's pulling straight from my integrated camera there. And you can see that actually up here I have my normal camera that I'd be broadcasting from, and then the second camera. You can keep adding additional cameras and switching in between both of them all the time. In this case, I use EOS webcam utility sometimes to hook up my Canon camera as a webcam, so I get really HD quality. Or I can toggle to my main webcam here, or in this case, if I had a document camera, I could do that as well. Once you're ready to be finished with that, just click Stop Sharing, and then let's go ahead and try another one. Another cool one is PowerPoint as a virtual background. And what you can do with this is you can actually set up your PowerPoint slides as your background slides. Instead of just having kind of a cheesy virtual background, instead you can have your content, so you're still being able to engage via the camera with your students, as well as show the content that you need to. So let me just try and pull this up, and let's pull in a PowerPoint I've worked on. So you can see here it's going to prepare the PowerPoint itself. This might take a little bit of time. So that took about 3 minutes to upload this PowerPoint and then convert it so it could be used. But you can see here that I have my nice little outline. And this outline, if I wanted to, I believe I can drag it. So yeah, you can actually select your image and then you can drag that to wherever you would like within the PowerPoint itself. We could then scroll through and go through the PowerPoint. You can see that it's also still loading here, so it hasn't completely loaded all of my slides, but I would be able to, if I needed to, go a little slower. And the idea is that it built out the first several slides so you can talk about those, and then it loads everything else in the background. Now you might notice that I'm kind of phasing in and out of existence. The virtual background isn't always, well, especially if you have too much light behind you, the program has a hard time processing where you are at that point. It also has a certain depth limit, so you should be able to phase kind of randomly. See how it does that? So that is something you need to be aware of, and be aware of your movements while you are making your presentation. Let's go ahead and stop sharing the screen here. And when you're ready to be finished with that, say we could jump back over to our whiteboard here, and then we can share our screen that way. Or just the stop share in general. Next we can also just share our computer sound only. This is great if you're in a music class, as you can pump out the music that you would like for your students to hear that way. And in files, if you have set up integration for these, you can share your specific files with your students. So here we could see it's taking me to a single sign-on. All right, well that is it for advanced screen sharing. There are a lot of great utilities within screen sharing itself, and I encourage you to check those out and utilize them within your classroom as much as you can. If you are watching this for training purposes at CCLS, please feel free to contact your IT department if you have any questions, or if you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to leave a comment or your question in the comment section below. And as always, Thanks for watching.